Hey guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 BMW X5.
And a big thanks to Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance car or SUV in the Palm Harbor or Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the X5 has been BMW's mid-size luxury sport activity vehicle since 1999. The fourth generation X5 that you see here has been with us since 2019, facelifted back in 2024, and for 2026, outside of the monster X5M, which hopefully we can review on this channel shortly, the X5 is available in two trims. The base, getting the very powerful B58 turbocharged inline six-cylinder mild hybrid for the 40i models, which have X-Drive available for $2,300, X-Drive coming standard on the twin-turbo V8 equipped M60 model, which starts about $25,000 above this 40i, which starts at $66,300. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So since 2024, the styling does not change, but it looks really good, especially with this blue metallic paint color. Hopefully you can pick up the metallic flakes in the Florida sun. With the BMW LED headlamps, dual projectors, black headlight housing, functional airflow in each corner. We get a forward-facing camera to help us out with a 360, full front parking sensing, panel for our advanced safety features, and a really nice aluminum contrast with the grille and lower front bumper area, both getting active shutters. The wheel and tire setup on this 40i model or the S-Drive 40i model, they're not super aggressive, but they still look good with these 20-inch alloys wrapped in Pirelli P0 all-season tires. Dimensions are 275 45 R20, so still an aggressive wheel and tire setup. It's just the wheels aren't super flashy M Sport wheels that are available on the X5. We get pretty aggressive quad piston Brembo style brake calipers. They're just not the M calipers, and a pretty decent amount of wheel gap, and the 45 sidewall tires shouldn't have any problem keeping the ride quality here nice and plush. A little bit of plastic cladding for the wheel well area, aluminum trim for the heat extractor, which I do not believe is functional but looks nice and aggressive. And pretty cool feature that BMWs have for the new models: as you get closer to the vehicle, it automatically unlocks when the key is in your pocket, and as you walk away, it automatically locks. A little bit more aluminum trim for the lower rocker panel side skirt area, and I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2026 BMW X5. Taking a step closer though, we get an additional camera on the mirror to help us out with the 360 LED turn signal on the mirror, blind spot monitoring on the glass. All aluminum trim for the window trim too. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger, and no smart access for the rear. That was available on the pre-facelifted model. Not quite sure why BMW took it away for the facelift. We get aluminum roof rails up top, a massive panoramic moonroof shark fin style antenna, same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper, which is a single piston, still the 275/45 R20 Pirelli P0s. We had full LED taillights too, labeled BMW on the side. Really cool look. Shout out Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. Aluminum X5 badge on the left side of the trunk, S-Drive 40i on the opposite side, BMW logo. The wiper is not housed in the spoiler area. Third brake light is LED. We get full rear parking sensing, aluminum contrast for the lower diffuser area with dual exhaust tips. But speaking of the dual exhaust tips, let's fire up this B58 twin scroll turbo inline six-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the really powerful B58 twin scroll turbo inline six-cylinder mild hybrid sold by BMW for the 2026 X5. And it sounds very good, cranking out 375 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to the rear wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in around 5 seconds, if not quicker. I think I've seen Car and Driver tested as quick as 4.8, making it a no-joke performer considering the size of this very powerful entry-level mid-size BMW SUV. With 4 strut tower braces should definitely help out the handling, and the very large engine sitting low in this engine bay also helping out the handling. The hydraulic struts are appreciated. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back and walk around this 2026 BMW X5 S-Drive 40i. And let's take a step inside and see what we get with a pretty well loaded S-Drive 40i at that. Up top, we get nice contrast here in terms of color and materials with the genuine merino leather, gushy soft leather armrest, 4-window auto one touch, power folding mirrors, trunk release, aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats with adjustments for the passenger seat. We get 2 Harman Kardon speakers here as well that comes on the premium package with genuine wood grain trim. We get soft touch even for the lower portion, lined in felt, and a ton of storage you'll fit. Probably 4 footlongs and a big gulp right in front of it. We get a BMW nameplate as we step inside. It's just a blue cover. You can peel it off when the vehicle gets purchased with the genuine merino leather seats. They're quilted, non-perforated, and they're heated, not ventilated, but they're still really comfortable with adjustable bolsters, adjustable thigh support. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide with 4-way adjustable lumbar control. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So as you guys can see, this is not a base model S-Drive 40i. We have about $10,000 in total options, giving us that premium package that we mentioned, heads-up display, wood grain trim, and just an overall beautiful, well-loaded interior. I do wish that we had the $2,300 X-Drive option, but for the most part in Florida, you don't really need it. The steering wheel is thick, solid 10 and 2, perfect 9 and 3. We don't get the flat bottom on the non-M Sport wheel, leather stitched horn area. The horn, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We don't get dual panes, but they're a thick single pane of glass. Power tilt and telescoping steering column, that's an appreciated touch. Aluminum frame for the steering wheel. Radar cruise control adjustments on the left side. On the right side, volume, skip controls, voice commands, hang up and answer your phone calls with adjustments for this infotainment. Now we're looking at content, trip data, assisted view, augmented view, route preview, map, G-meter, and media radio. My personal favorite would be the map. Our overall layout, we can adjust between 3 different ones. This is my personal favorite with adjustments for the heads-up display. Hopefully you can pick up the heads-up display and its potential adjustments on camera. This is my personal favorite layout though, so we will leave it just like this. Headlamp controls, a little bit of additional storage, lined in felt, nice for an ashtray if you're a smoker. Good location for that. Some aluminum contrast outside of the black, gloss black air vents with a nice premium feel for the lever that lifts it up and down and side to side. We get a fully stitched dashboard with really soft leather. We mentioned heads-up display, the dual screens, 12.3-inch digital gauge display, and I believe a 14.9-inch touchscreen. Massive. The only thing I don't like about this new iDrive 8 system is the fact that all the climate control adjustments are done through the infotainment screen. Nothing, unfortunately, with hard buttons. We do get hard buttons for the volume, skip controls, hazards, and the max front and rear defrosters, but the actual climate control adjustments all are done through the touchscreen. But you check out the home screen with our map and widgets that you can adjust between BMW, My BMW, compass, media radio, and finally our personal assistant. This would be my personal favorite to leave it at all times. The compass you can also adjust between nearby moving traffic, location, and our second map screen for one reason or another. This is my personal favorite screen to leave it at all times. The map has super high resolution with excellent overall response with shortcuts for the music, navigation, our apps. Let's check them out. You can pause to take a look at all of these. Very loaded with our phone information right next to it. I'll leave it at the home screen though. My personal favorite for the purpose of this review. Genuine wood trim beneath it, aluminum with the air vent adjustments, nice carbon flare for the air vent adjustments, labeled X5 on the opposite side. More of that beige contrast for the lower trim with genuine wood for the center stack area. Nice lid if you want to clean everything up. Wireless phone charging pad, USB-A port. You'll fit about 24-ounce bottles with an additional 12-volt in there as well. You turn off the traction control, parking sensors you can disable, engine start stop, Sport Comfort Eco Pro, electronic parking brake with auto hold, and the gear selector controlling the 8-speed automatic transmission. The backup camera, camera equipment's like tripping out, but the backup camera, super high resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory with an over-the-top 360, all appreciated features. Our assisted view gives us our front and rear parking sensing. Panorama view gives us a wide screen of our backup camera. We also get our 3D and car wash view. Car wash gives us an over-the-top 360 with guidance lines and trajectory, with our 3D view giving us an over-the-top look with body color image of our 2026 BMW X5. All very cool features. But throwing right back into park, unfortunately, we stay in our backup screen, so you have to press this back button to go to your previous screen. Not the end of the world, though. The little dial over here is convenient if you don't want to put touchscreens all over your infotainment screen, with media, home, map, telephone, and navigation as our shortcuts, with back and option behind it. We get a gushy soft merino leather armrest with some felt inside of it. Not a whole lot of felt, but USB-C port and decent amount of storage. You'll fit 8 12-ounce cans with no problem, and a very nice material to it, with stitching for where your knee will often hit. The glove box has an aluminum latch with soft touch outside of it, lined felt and massive. You're fitting 35 license plates, easily fits 7, maybe 8 Harry Potter books. Very large glove box with a basically frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror with 3 Garage HomeLink settings on it. Premium feeling soft headliner. The interior lights are LED, and we can open up the shade for this sunroof. You gotta press and hold for the shade to open. It opens up pretty quickly. I'll catch right back with you once it's opened up. All right, guys, now that it's opened up, we'll open up the glass. The opening panel goes on top of the fixed panel, so it does stick out a little like a sore thumb, but it opens up very wide, all the way to the end of the front row. We can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Palm Harbor, Florida. Sunny and 90 degrees according to this 2026 X5, and it feels every bit of it. So close the roof right up. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this 2026 BMW X5 S-Drive 40i, with a $66,300 base price. Tanzanite blue to metallic for about $2,000. $2,000 for the merino leather interior. $2,500 for the driving assistance professional package, giving us the driving assistant, distance control, highway assistant, lane change assistant, and the partial automated driving. $900 for the parking assistance, giving us our 360 camera, which for that feature alone, I recommend getting the parking assistance package. $1,700 for the premium package. You guys can pause to take a look at that and everything else that we have available in this interior. So after all these options and features, an $1,175 destination charge, we're sitting a tick under $78,000. So definitely getting up there in price for a two-wheel drive X5. I probably wouldn't recommend loading up a two-wheel drive X5 this drastically, but it's still a beautiful SUV inside and out. I'm sure somebody's gonna be swooping this car up very shortly. You can see the rest of your standard features. It's iDrive 8.5 system in this 2026 X5. 25 combined MPGs, 23 in the city, 27 on the highway. Really good considering the performance and size of this vehicle. Oops, my keys almost fell out of my pocket, but that's about it for the front seat of this 2026 BMW X5. Let's take a step out rear, see how much space is offered back there. Oh, every time I always close the front door before opening up the rear. These BMWs for some reason do not like that, but watch this. There we go. Perfect timing. Up top we get soft leather stitching with a manual deploying sunshade, the merino leather contrast with the beige color beneath it, and it's gushy soft for the armrest and a center portion. Auto one-touch window, 2 Harman Kardon speakers, genuine wood, interior illumination, a little bit of additional storage for this grab handle, with soft touch continuing for the lower portion. Solid storage. You'll stack 3 6-inch subs on top of each other with a big gulp in front of it. Aluminum BMW nameplate as we step inside. The second row seats, the padding goes all the way out to the door frame. Still the merino leather with quilts in the center and very soft, decent bolstering even for a back seat. Legroom, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I have about 5 inches of overall knee room. This is usually the biggest selling point that I tell people about the BMW X3, is the rear passenger legroom is really not a whole lot worse than what you get from these new X5s. There's a few inches of additional shoulder room for the front seat passengers and the back seat passengers, but a very similar overall interior cabin for somebody that's under 6'2". Anybody over 6'2" will definitely appreciate the X5, but anybody over 6'3", 6'4" will probably start getting cramped even here. So at that point, I recommend just going all the way up to the X7, their flagship SUV. We get brackets, USB-C ports, perfect for an iPad, map pockets behind both of the front seats. We get technically a third zone climate control with temperature adjustments and vent speed adjustments. Nice little storage pockets with 2 USB-C ports underneath and an additional 12 volt. The center cubby, we can pull this rope to access it, and it's a true center console. As you guys see, we get additional storage with some decent padding on top of it. And our cup holders, you'll fit 16, possibly 24-ounce bottles. Headroom, at a little bit 6 feet tall and with the moonroof, I still have about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of it. So yeah, anybody under 6'4", 6'5" shouldn't have any issues sitting in the back of their seat settings in a 2026 X5. And I love how they put leather stitching even on the back of the headrest. Very impressive attention to detail in the back of this luxury, high-performance SUV. That's about it though, guys, for the second row. Let's take a step out here towards the cargo space, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So, typical X5 fashion, we get the split opening tailgate, liftgate, whatever you like to call it, but we do get a tailgate. By pressing this lower button, as you see, we get a double tier tailgate that drops down hydraulically and electrically. I believe the tailgate can hold between 350 to 450 pounds, but I'll leave a link right over here to show you the exact capacity. A very large overall cargo space. Secret storage, let's see what we got underneath here. It's hydraulically assisted for the secret storage and a large amount of it. You'll actually fit probably 2 carry-on suitcases back here. We get latches to fold the second row seats down. You fold them down 40, 40, 20, I'd expect you to fit up to an 80 to 85 inch TV back here. This is a very impressive amount of overall space. What you see is basically what we get. I'll leave a link right here to show you the exact amount of cargo space with the second row up and with the second row down. We can lift this tailgate back up electrically, and we can drop this liftgate down electrically with 2 buttons. This button drops it, this button drops it and locks the SUV. But since we're an SUV, I kind of wish BMW gave us an SUV icon instead of this sedan that's shared with their 5 and 7 series. That's about it though, guys, with the outside and inside of this 2026 BMW X5. If you guys didn't see, as soon as you press the button for the liftgate starts to immediately close. So if you got grocery bags in your hands, make sure you get out of the way or you might get doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new 2026 BMW X5 S-Drive 40i. With a $66,000 base price, this is a really impressive high-performance SUV. I wish we had the $2,300 optional X-Drive, especially since we're sitting here with about $10,000, $11,000 of options, none of them including that X-Drive. But this isn't my personal vehicle. This is still an unbelievable SUV, and with the 2-wheel drive, we have a little bit less overall weight, should be a little bit more nimble, and might even have better overall acceleration. But speaking of acceleration, nimble, let's take this 2026 BMW X5 S-Drive 40i out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 BMW X5 40i. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. So starting off in sport, let's see what we got. So sensitive throttle. Steering gets a little bit heavier in sport, but either way, it's still buttery, silky smooth. Throttle response is really strong with this mild hybrid system. Woo! Yep, this is a beast. Sport definitely holds your revs a little bit longer. Lane keep assist. Vibrates the steering wheel. Not sure why. I don't think I left the lane. But as you guys see, sensitive throttle in sport. We'll see how it puts the power down. Ride quality, nice and soft. Doesn't feel any worse compared to the 540 we just reviewed in this channel. But off the line on the gas, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is really, really quick. We had a little hint of traction control off the line, but outside of that, it took off. Didn't really feel a whole lot slower compared to the 540 we just reviewed in this channel. I know it's half a second to a second slower, but it just really doesn't feel like that. Partial throttle, uphill, oh, strong. Yeah, guys, sport mode really makes things really aggressive. Let's throw it out of sport back into comfort mode. See what changes up. The steering gets way lighter. It wasn't particularly heavy in sport, but this is a huge difference in terms of steering weight. Throttle response is not as sensitive, but it's still very sensitive. For that reason, I'd leave it in comfort mode for daily driving. Now, concrete pavement, just cruising along. Really quiet in here. We don't have dual pane windows like we do on the X7, but whew, could have fooled me. Big bumps. Great ride. We don't have the adaptive suspension. The X3 M40i gets the adaptive suspension, but it's the M adaptive suspension, which still prioritizes sportiness. This, even without the M adaptive suspension, feels like it has just as good of a ride, if not better. We can take a step out here. Comfort mode, partial throttle, feels strong. This is like a third of the way. Yeah, it picks up speed very well. All right, guys, trying it out in Eco Pro. We're actually in pure EV right now, pure electric, no gas engine, going 6 miles per hour, tight turning radius. I'll show you where the gas engine kicks in. Here we go. So right around 10 miles per hour, the gas engine kicks in, and throttle is a little bit number in Eco Pro, but for the most part, it feels similar to Comfort, way stronger regenerative braking. But it feels similar to Comfort outside of the number throttle and more prone to using the mild hybrid system. But this is the mode where you're likely going to get your 25 miles per gallon. But even in Comfort, you're going to probably see above 20, 21 if you're driving normally. In sport mode, yeah, you'll probably be under 20, but you'll be surprised with how close to 20 you'll really be. You look down, you're going a lot quicker than you think you are. This is a quiet interior and very smooth over these bumps. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a high performance luxury SUV, but you don't want to spend over 70,000 bucks, I wouldn't necessarily recommend loading this two-wheel drive X5 up to 77 before taxes and fees. But if you load it up to under $70,000, this is a really good performing and really good luxury SUV. I would 100% recommend checking it out. It looks good, it drives so well. Eco Pro, yeah, the throttle gets way less sensitive, but don't drive it in Eco Pro. Comfort mode, this is the mode I'd be driving in every day. It feels strong, it feels luxurious, it looks good. And with a base price of $66,000, it's surprisingly affordable considering the luxury and performance that you get. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 1000% recommend checking out the 2025 X or 2026 X5. I would not recommend checking it out in the two-wheel drive version. For the extra 2,300 bucks, get it with four-wheel drive. But if this is the car on the lot, you like the price, you like the discount, you like the look, and you love the way it drives, I would still 100% recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to David and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance car or SUV in the Palm Harbor, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for David, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.